All them people, they leave their countries, they're leaving their relations behind. They're coming here to just look for a better opportunity, to get a job and just look after their families and themselves. It's not that they're coming over here just for a sleepover, you know. At the same time, them people that are over here, they're put into direct provisions for 6-7 years. That's 6-7 years of their life wasted. So it's not, it's tough for them because they have families over at home, and at the same time they're worried about him and he's worried about them, and he's probably telling them he's great, getting on great in Ireland, but they don't know the full story, what's after happening. So it's people aren't going to stay at home, and there's a F-16 flying over their house. So that's how my family ended up here, because of all the wars, and they had no choice. They didn't fight. It's just the governments and the countries that make the weapons. That's who I blame. You know, so Ireland is a democratic country. There's no wars. Everyone's happily living week by week, and they get on. So it should be all like that, all countries in the world.
Like, to leave your own home, it's very hard. But sometimes you have no choice but to leave, you know. Myself, like, I've spent majority of my life in exile, you know, which is for about like 19 years outside your own country. It's really hard. I don't know, like, my own, you know, my own history, like, you know, like, I don't know where I come from, I don't know my home village, I don't know anything about my family. Like, I've never seen my mother's relatives, because some of them, okay, they're in Blunt, some of them were killed. So, you know, live that kind of life where you don't have auntie, you don't have grannies because of immigration. It's very hard.
This is our home now, but we can't stop to think in Venezuela. Venezuela freedom, people in Venezuela freedom as well, medicines, food, everywhere, everything. Because if the people doesn't have food, I think the people can't have dreams. Everybody needs to know that everybody have a history, everybody have a family, everybody have dreams as well, and a life project. And I think everybody is trying to do a good job in whatever they are doing, but everybody needs one opportunity, and I think Ireland is giving opportunities to many to the people. Yeah.
It's not easy to be a refugee. I understand them all who come now, you know, because I went through it myself. You know, I understand them. But and those who come now have a far better accommodation and everything than we had that time, you know. But it's just tolerate the refugees, you know, because it's really very hard for the Irish people or any other people in the world to understand unless they go through it, you know. So you have to really experience what they're experiencing to know what it is to be a refugee, you know, what it is to be away from your country, your family, tear yourself away from your homeland, you know. It's not easy, you know. And at the same time, I want the refugees to know that, not to be disappointed in what they find here. Because I had it hard. Nothing is going to be fixed up in a week or a month or even a year. But what I want them, especially those refugees, I want them to remember that they came to this country, and the country is not that rich even now, as such. And to remember that they might find it hard. Life mightn't turn out for them the way they think or the way they hope. They might feel disappointment in their life here. But just them to remember one thing. They come from a country, some of them, that rape, war, murder, famine, and that they can go to bed at night, put their head down on the pillow and say, I'm going to have a good night's sleep. because they don't have to be afraid someone will come to their door, you know. And they should always remember that what they have left behind is far worse than what they are in now. You know, I want the refugees to know that, you know, that they are very lucky, that they were able to leave the trouble and all this thing behind them when they left their own country, you know. So they're not to be impatient, not to feel too much disappointment, because eventually things will work out for them, you know. It might take time, but it will work out.
I read this post was about like the, how you call them, the HIV thing, and like the reports this year was saying that the number of people who have HIV went up, and surprisingly, or like something that shocked me was when I started reading the comments, people are like saying the numbers of people affected with HIV keep going up because of the immigrants. Yes, that was like, I was okay, how is the immigrants like bringing... I really couldn't understand what they're trying to say. But for me, I mean, saying like why the number is going up, maybe because people that don't really taking care of taking precautions of themselves. I wouldn't really blame immigrants.
Over the last few years, there is a lot of negative publicity about migrants and refugees. And I just want people to know that refugees I think the decision to leave one's home is not taken very easily. When people leave their home, there must be a very serious reason for it. And I think my family coming to Ireland allowed us to live in safety, and also has given me a unique opportunity and allowing me to develop as a scientist and as a cancer researcher, to contribute to the training of the next generation of cancer scientists here, as well as contribute to the betterment of Irish society and beyond through my research activities. Yeah, I just wanted to say that, yeah, the 80s was a very difficult time for Ireland, and the government's policy and decision to welcome 26 Baha'i refugees from Iran, I think it was a great investment for the future of Ireland, I believe.